We're recording on this computer. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we're back with another episode of Talkin Schmit, the one podcast that keeps coming out when it wants to. We're on no schedule, kids. Sorry. I just put them out when I'm able. So deal with that how you may. I'm all hopped up on coffee this morning, and I got a good interview for you. It's with Lady J Meek. She recently was at the Bob's contest, and so filming with her a little bit there, realized, hey, she should be on the show. Reached out, and here she is. Okay. Without further delay, we're gonna pass it to the boys over there at Magic Mind. That's right. I'm the ambassador of Magic Mind. Look at me now, focused like a motherfucker. Can't swear in the ads, but I do anyway because it's my show. That's right, it's mine. Anyway, Magic Mind, we're offering all kinds of deals. Go down to the bottom description, click on the link, hit the code that's right there. Get yourself focused. Tim McKenney, I want to give you 2 free 3-packs because you need them. Me and you all over the place, ADD, but we get the Magic Mind, and all of a sudden we're producing, we're productive. That's who we are. I'm a Scorpio, and away we go with the show. Hope you enjoy. Blood Wizard. Blood Wizard. Blood Wizard. Blood Wizard.
Tickety-tack.
Hey, it's Corey at Blue Plate, 3218 Mission Street. Come see us. Meatloaf, fried chicken, deviled eggs, Dollar Olympia beers. We're here every day of the week. We got a garden, and we got smiles on our faces. Come let us make you happy.
Hi, I'm Lady Meek, and you're listening to Talkin Schmit.
A little bit of intro.
Yes, this is the moment.
It's cool, like tonight is the night.
I guess we're dancing now.
Talkin Schmit, dude!
What the fuck is this guy saying?
Fuck the Dodgers.
It's gonna happen soon.
I wouldn't say it was fun.
What do you mean, bro? Christian Fletcher's younger brother.
Big dog's in. What do you think, Dolan?
We on? Schmitty?
What are yuns doing?
That was the worst thing I'd ever seen in my whole life.
I remember that.
It's so much better than Instagram.
We had to hack through a mainframe to get here.
Holy shit.
Frisco icon.
What is happening?
Let's hear it for Greg Swift. Yeah!
Wi-Fi check 1, Wi-Fi check 2.
Away we go. Hello, everybody. I'm back with another episode of Talkin Schmit. Today we have a good one. We got Lady Meek here with us. Thanks for joining. How are you?
Yeah, of course. I'm good.
What's your full name on your driver's license?
Lady J Meek.
So it's not your nickname. That's your real name.
That's my real name.
Okay.
Legally Lady.
Have you gotten like throughout the years, have you gotten some I don't know, heckling or something about like lady songs or like, just those kind of things?
Yeah, lots of lady songs. People will just start singing to me different songs. They'll be like, you know that one?
Well, what's the most common one?
I think there's one by the Sticks. But I was named after Lady and the Tramp, actually. It was my
no
older
way.
sister's
I didn't
favorite movie.
even think about that. Lady and the Tramp. Exactly. That's your parents' favorite movie?
No, it was my older sister's favorite movie when she was like 2 years old. We're not that far apart in age. And my mom was just like talking with her, and she's like, hey, what should we name your little sister on the way? And she was just like, oh, Miss Lady, like how they called the dog in the movie. And she was like, actually, that could work. And they just went with it.
Nice. Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Texas, in a small town called Kerrville. It was like 20,000 people. I'm sure there's maybe a little bit more by now. I was born there and I lived there for a couple years and moved around to different parts of Texas. We moved around a lot growing up, and when I was 11, we ended up moving to Costa Rica. I lived there for 5 years, and then almost 6, and then we moved back to Texas. When I was like 16, 17, or 15 or 16, yeah. And then when I turned 18, I moved to Colorado and then came out here to California a couple years ago.
Damn. So my guess is you're a surfer from Costa Rica, skateboarding comes to you, and then you go to Colorado and you pick up snowboarding.
Yes, pretty much. But when I was in Colorado, I mean, I was still so obsessed with skateboarding that I just moved to Denver and kind of didn't. I snowboarded often, like in the winter. I probably went once a week, but I was mostly just shoveling the skate parks in the city just so I can skate.
What's the
Yeah.
journey been like for you as a woman, like with board sports in general, like surfing, skateboarding, snowboarding? I'm wondering if the dynamic is the same or if each individual board sport has been a little different. Like, whoa, surfing, everyone's accepting, snowboarding, and then skateboarding, no at first or whatever. Like, what's the vibe?
Yeah, I think I had a different relationship with each sport personally. Like,
Mm,
when we moved to Costa Rica, we started surfing, and then I realized all my friends were competing in surfing. So I got like really competitive and into it, and just like we did the national circuit every year, and I would just really like push myself really hard. And then, so it was more like a competitive thing for me when I was younger, and now it's changed into like a soul sport, just to go and reconnect with nature. But still, it's a little competitive out in the water. Like, you know how surfers are. There's
yeah.
only
Yeah.
so many ways. I don't know if you surf. Do you surf?
I've tried it. It's hard.
It's
No, I don't,
hard.
I would not say I surf.
Yeah, I would say surfing's the hardest out of all the board sports I tried, just to like figure out the weird rules and like the way the ocean moves and everything. But it's the
Mm,
most, I mean, I can't say it's the most rewarding because skateboarding's pretty rewarding, but I mean, it just feels really good to connect with nature in that way that you don't really get through skateboarding.
yeah. Have you
But,
ever tried it up here in Northern California?
um, no. I
Okay.
think furthest
It's
north I've
fucking
surfed is Long
cold and
Beach.
it's like for the waves are like I feel like they're like more quick. So like everyone that's told me about surfing has said if you can surf in San Francisco, you can kind of surf anywhere. Like that at least
Really?
that size,
Yeah.
Obviously not like go into the huge waves or whatever, but like in Hawaii, it's warmer water. Costa Rica, probably the same. And SoCal and Santa Cruz has like the reef. So the waves are different than like the sandbars up here. But who are some of the people that you were fired up on? Like, did you get into like the surfers? Like who's a good surfer and all that?
My favorite surfer is right now it's Katie Simmers out of Oceanside. I don't
Mm,
know if you know who she is, but she's super sick and
okay.
she's a rad surfer skater and she rips. But when I was younger, I grew up with Leilani McGonigal and we surfed together all the time. And my older sister. I looked up to Carissa Moore and like John Florence and all those guys, but I never like met them or anything like that.
John's so sick. Like
He's
if you don't
so
know anything about
sick.
surfing, you can watch John and like and some of these people and just be like, that's insane.
Yeah. Have you watched his movie View from a New Blue Moon?
No, I don't think so. Is
It's
it like a
so great.
documentary on him or something?
It's like a documentary on him and kind of like a surf video part mixed with a documentary on his upbringing and just like the music opens with like a Jack Johnson song and I don't know, it's just like the best vibes. I love it so
Okay,
much.
I'm
I,
checking
I
it
was
out.
obsessed with that video growing up.
Rad. Well,
Yeah.
let's get into skating. Who were your early inspo skaters like that you like? I mean, obviously right away you probably don't know anybody. And then as you start getting better, you start seeing, oh, there's mags, there's videos. And who are the people that are like that person?
Yeah. Definitely Lizzie and Alicia
Oh
and
yeah.
Nora. I mean, I feel like that's what everyone says just because they really did like lay down a lot of groundwork for the girls.
Mm. Yeah, I got to know Lizzie and Alicia super early. I was privileged
Yeah.
with like they loved coming to Potrero, and that's where I live. Like I think Potrero is one of Lizzie's favorite parks. And so it
Yeah.
was just so fun hanging out with them and watching them feed off each other. And then Lizzie and I filmed a full video part for Thrasher, and that was such a
Saw
great
it's
experience.
amazing.
Yeah, it was
I've watched
super
that
fun.
video probably more than any other video part. Like I still do.
Yeah, I loved working with her.
You
She's
guys
just
killed
got
it.
such a good, like yourself, it's just kind of like an easygoing vibe. Like she didn't stress. I told everybody, I was like, I don't think I've seen her like throw a board or have a tantrum. Like she didn't get something and she'd just be like, okay, kind of like mellow.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow,
Yeah.
this is cool.
She is so good. Like if she's not feeling something too, she won't beat herself up. She'll just be like,
Yeah,
okay, I'll do it another time. Like whatever.
totally. Yeah, strong-minded, I would
Yeah.
say, but definitely. So as you know, I've been sipping on that Magic Mind lately, and it's really keeping me focused. I've been starting to juggle more at work, and I need some help not getting my head scrambled. Anyways, I recently took it to the next level and got myself a subscription. Basically, I get a case of 30 bottles every month sent right to my door. A couple cool things are that there is free shipping and a money back guarantee, which means you get 100% of your money back for the first purchase and no questions asked. Also, when you subscribe to Magic Mind, you save money. It breaks it down to about $3 a bottle. And now the exciting offer that my friends at Magic Mind are willing to do for you, Talkin Schmit listeners. They are offering 48% off the subscription when you type in the code TalkinSchmit20. That's TalkinSchmit, the number two, the number zero. That's Talkin Schmit 20 or Talkin Schmit 20, whatever you want to, however it is for you. Anyway, if this sounds interesting to you and you want to give it a try, go over to magicmind.com/Talkin Schmit and get your subscription. Remember, if you're not satisfied, you can get 100% money back refund. So what's there to lose? Get focused, produce more, and free up some time for you and your loved ones or family or friends. Get out there and skate more. It's a win-win. So get your Magic Mind today. Tell them Schmitty sent you. What are some of like the favorite places that you've skated? Like what was like a memorable session or something that you've had that was like, man, the right people, the right spot, the I was on it that day.
Yeah. Well, the most recent one, I just got back from Finland a week and a half ago, and I did
Oh,
this music for DIY festival called Monsterama,
mm,
and we skated this blue bowl. I can't remember what it's called, but it's right outside of Tampere, and it's actually one of Lizzie's favorites too.
mm.
And I think like 4.5 hours of skating went by, and I thought it was like 30 minutes. I just had the best session and all the locals were fired up, because the skate scene is so small there. They're not used to seeing people like really juiced and fired up. And a couple of us were just like skating with them and it was super fun. There's like a
Nice.
big deep in with the perfect coping. It's almost like marble coping and it makes like the coolest noise when you grind it. It just feels so good.
Hmm.
Yeah, but
Sick. I never been to Finland. I need to go there.
so cool. And they have that Suvalati DIY too. And I
Uh,
was lucky enough to skate that on the last day.
oh, rad.
And have you seen that DIY?
Yeah. I,
Yeah,
I,
it's
I
so
think,
cool.
does Cody Lockwood live there?
Yes, it's crazy because I didn't really realize he was living there. Last time I skated with him was Burnside. And
Mm-hmm.
then I got there and all of a sudden Cody Lockwood was here and I was like, wait, we're in Finland. Like, what's going on right
That's the
now?
most surreal moment when you see someone that far away that you didn't know was going to be there. Like in Copenhagen, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
you're here too, rad. Like whatever.
Like skateboarding is so cool. It just like brings you around, but like
Mm,
keeps the circle going, like no matter where you're at. And yeah. But I will say like a couple of like my core memory skate sessions, I feel like were when I was living in Colorado and I was skating with my group of friends there. And I feel like Colorado is where I really realized there's like there's transition skateboarders that are like ripping big bowls and backyard pools and like that kind of stuff. And I remember just like meeting those guys and skating with them and kind of like being like so nervous because they were all so good, but they would like teach me hand plants and eggplants and stuff. And I think those sessions still like mean so much to me and they really stick out in my brain still. It was like early on in my skateboarding, but still.
Nice. So
Yeah.
that's perfect segue because I know you do a lot of inverts and stuff.
Yeah.
Who out there do you look at, especially as a woman, that is like got like really sick invert?
I would say Nicole House is a really powerful one,
That's what I was
especially her
thinking.
invert to fakie is so
The best.
insane. Like that trick is so scary. That's the
So,
dream trick of mine, and mad respect for her for like fully extending and fully just bringing it back underneath her. Um, Lizzie too has a really, I think she has like one of the better front side inverts for girls because she gets her board upside down on her front side invert, which is
mm,
really hard for
yeah.
me. And Grace Marhofer has the best eggplant,
Oh, really?
girls or guys.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen hers,
I've seen
but
her skate, but it was a while ago, so I can't really
yeah.
remember. I used to film all the Vans Park series, so I would like and Combi, so I would film the women at those. And Grace was a lot younger back then, though. I think that was like, probably like 8 years ago or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a while ago, it seems like. But yeah,
Mm,
check out her eggplants now. It's tuck knee, stalled, fully on top of the deck. Just
that's this.
insane.
That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Because you like think about it
Yeah.
like this: if Burnett's on the deck and you're shooting photos for the mag, you want to just give it your all and get that one that's like
Yeah.
that's it, you know?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of like the contest skating and stuff, like I feel like that's where I mess myself up in contest skating because I feel like I'm filming when I'm contest skating and I'm like, I gotta do every trick as high and as good as I can. And then I just like, oh wait, like all these games are landing their run and I'm just trying to max out like my first two or three tricks and it gets to me.
But
But
see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, so Jake and I used to go to these contests together, and to me and to him, he influenced me a lot, obviously. But like to
mhm.
us, it wasn't about who had the longest run. It was you walk away not thinking about that. You think about Grayson fucking flew from there to there. It was insane.
Right?
And that's the most
Yeah,
memorable thing. It's not going to win the contest, though. It's just going to win your mind on, like, that was fucking awesome. And so there's that line between the two where you're like, what am I here for? Am I here to
right.
podium or am I here to like just go for it? And I
Get
think
fired up.
different people have different
Yeah,
strategies for that. Some people are like, I just want to fucking rip. Like, I don't really care. If I'm on it, I get on the podium, but I can't just like half-ass it to stay on. And other people, I think, do just the tricks they know and aren't really willing to like try that one that they maybe can land 1 out of 10 times or something, you know?
for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I do contests, but I definitely do them for fun. Like I'm not in there like I'm gonna beat all these people because like that takes the fun out of it in my brain.
Hmm.
Like I'm just like this is sick. We're all ripping together as homies and I'm gonna try to like skate good for myself. And if it ends up working good, then I'm hyped. And if it doesn't, I mean I'm still skating with the homies, so
Totally. I mean, for me,
but
that's the best thing about contests. Like, say what you will, if you like them
yeah,
or not, but it's so sick to just get together with people that you're friends with that you don't see regularly. You know, like
right?
contests bring everyone together, and that's what I think is the best part. Is like, "Rad, I got to spend a weekend with this dude, and he lives in Florida. He's my homie, but I never see him. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
For
Um,
sure.
we got to talk about Lower Bob's though, the Peastone Annual Invitational. Like it's growing for the women especially. I think it's so sick. Like I think the
Yeah.
first year maybe there was one or two girls, and now like Mammy's been coming regularly. You were there. Um, Tell me about how that was different from anything else you've skated in? And like, what was your takeaway like leaving there? Preston was a dear friend of mine, and we try to honor him every year with that. And it just feels like it's our clubhouse, like
Right.
this is all of us having a blast.
That was like pure skateboarding. The most fun I've ever had at a skateboarding get together event, like whatever you call it. It was amazing. And starting out skateboarding, I remember my friends when we were like living in Colorado and Texas, they'd be like, look at this event happening online. They would show me like Keystone Cup, and I was like, Keystone Cup, what the heck is that? That is so cool. I never thought I would be there skating in it. And it was like so surreal because I mean, I love DIYs, I love jams and just getting fired up because like you never know what you're going to see people do. And
Yeah.
it was so sick, just mommy and I being in the same heat together in the qualifier, and we're roommates. I don't know if you know, so we like drove up together and everything.
Oh, sick. No, I didn't. I love her.
Yeah. She told me to tell you hi.
Okay,
Um,
rad.
and yeah, later I found out John from Spitfire was like, yeah, we're gonna put them in the heat together and make them battle it out. And we just like fed off of each other's energy, and it was so much fun. Just like the crowd, everyone, you could just like seriously feel the love and pure raw just skateboarding. I don't know. I want to do it again like every week.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever come up, Bob's is still going, and we just keep saying we're gonna keep having the Pea Stone thing there until if Bob's is there, we're gonna do it there every year. People are like, "Are you changing up?" It's like, no, why would we? Like, I get it. Like, everyone skates there all the time, and maybe there's less variety on tricks and stuff, but we always add something new and make it cool. And yeah, how did you get invited, or did you just know it was coming? Like, how did you end up there?
John from Spitfire hit me
Johnny
up.
Alden, my bro.
Yeah, yeah. And I was like, no way. This is real. I'm going. This is so cool. Like more excited for anything I've been invited to.
So is it
And
more
then
exciting than nervous?
I wasn't nervous at all. And
Okay.
I've been really nervous for skateboarding events and stuff, but this I was like so stoked that I wasn't even nervous. I was like, this is so cool to be here. Like
Nice. Yeah, it's
everyone's killing it and we can just all like kill it together, you know? Like it didn't feel like
oh, the audio cut out. Hello? Can't hear you. Hello. Check, check, check. Maybe unplug your headphones. Your internet. Yeah. Hmm.
how's this?
Oh, there you go.
Okay, I just had to plug my earplugs back in and out.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear that last part you said.
Oh, I was just saying, like, I've done contests where I've been super nervous and like my legs feel like jello, and that one just felt like I was just skateboarding with my friends and it was awesome.
Oh, that's cool. What, like you're sponsored, what came first? I know you got fucking legit sponsors, right? Shout out your sponsors. Let's hear your
Yeah.
list, like the
Yeah.
sponsors.
Shout out to my sponsors. I'm so blessed. I got I'm riding Crooked Boards, Independent Trucks,
The best.
Spitfire Wheels, Bronson Bearings, Mob Grip, um, Lakai, Lakai
Damn. Who sends
Footwear,
you shoes? Sam?
Steve,
Steve?
Steve
Nice.
Smith, Steven
Okay.
Smith, yeah. Um, I just started getting earbud from Drink Weird, drinking a Drink Weird.
Whoa.
Uh,
Have them send you a fucking refrigerator and fill that thing up.
I know. That'd be
What,
so cool.
what was the first sponsor you got though? Like out of all those, like what started this? Like how did you get, did you send a tape in? Were you at a contest? Did someone like how did you get kind of noticed?
Well, I think out of all those, I think Crooked came first do you remember when the exposure contests were during COVID? So the girls were sending in video parts instead of coming to the contests.
Yes.
So I filmed one and ended up winning Alicia's pick, which is like a kind of like a one-off award for like a random video out of all the submissions. And
Ah,
Alicia Lee picked mine. And
nice.
my skate shop sponsor at the time, BC Surf and Sport in Colorado, the team manager was like, let's send this out to some people and just like see what happens. Like, who do you want to ride for or get boards from? And I was like, Deluxe, like hands down. And um, so like Crooked, Crooked was like top of the list. But I was like, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I don't think that'll ever happen, but like that would be so cool. Like I love Mark Gonzalez so much. Just the way he portrays like art and skateboarding is just
Yeah.
how it's supposed to be, you know? And
He's the goat.
yeah. And I just kind of talked about that in a little I wrote like they asked me to write like a little biography about myself and they sent it. And yeah, I was getting shop flow for Crooked boards for a while and that just like blew my mind. And then I went up to SF on a trip and then met everyone at Deluxe and met Brian and now I get boards from Brian at Crooked.
Awesome. Crooked. So good. That, I mean,
Yeah.
Mike Anderson, Ronnie, do you know some of those guys?
I know Ronnie. I haven't met Mike Anderson. I haven't met a lot of them
Hmm.
yet, actually. I feel like everyone's kind of spread out.
Yeah.
But I'm friends with them on Instagram.
Ah, that.
Some of them, yeah, I'm a big fan of Una too. And
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Sam Navarez is super sick. And yeah,
Okay. Um, so let's talk about highlights because getting sponsored is a highlight. Getting a photo
sure.
in the mag is a highlight.
Mhm.
What's that feeling like?
It just happened so recently.
Yeah.
The last one that Chris Russell was doing the eggplant over the cover. Um, Taylor Ballard is the person who took the photo and submitted it, and he's a really good friend of mine, but he didn't tell me he submitted it or anything. And I was on my phone and I saw someone tag me in a picture in a magazine, and I sent it to Taylor. I was like, "Oh, what magazine is this?" Not thinking it was Thrasher at all because I was like, "That's a whole nother level of skateboarding. I'm not there." And he was like, "Thrasher." And I called him on the phone and just started crying. No, this isn't real life. Like, you're kidding right now. And he was like, no. And then I went and skated, and I was just having the best session ever. It was so
Man.
cool. I still can't believe it. I mean, it's it's so special, you know.
Yeah, I like that you have that feeling because me and my friend were talking about this the other day. Obviously, I've been around for a long time and I have different views on this stuff, but it seems like in today's era, the, the thing that blows my mind is that people would rather be on Instagram than in the mag. Like if they're on the Thrasher Instagram, that seems more valuable to them than in the mag. And to me, I'm just like, wait, the mag is forever. This is like, you hold it, you bring it places like Instagram's here today, gone tomorrow. Like it's in the feed,
Yeah,
whatever. Like it's cool. You getting your likes and your comments and your views and all that
right.
stuff. I get that. But having a photo in the mag is just like, this is a part of archival history that like Thrasher's been around for, you know, it's 1981 that it started.
That's
So we're coming
amazing.
up on 45 years, hopefully pretty soon, 50 years of Thrasher, and it's the last skateboard magazine with paper. It just, to me, that makes it so exclusive. Like before, there was like four mags, like you had Big Brother, Transworld, Skateboard Mag, all this. And it was
Right.
still a big deal to be in any one of those mags. Now, all those mags have gone digital or gone away. So there's
Mhm.
only one mag in my mind. And so if you get in that mag, it just seems like that's a huge deal. I mean, Alexis getting the cover this month, like that
Amazing.
must have blew her mind. It's like,
Right.
wow, like that's better than Instagram,
It's
at least
so
for
much
me.
better than
Yeah.
Instagram, especially with like, there's so much content and random stuff just coming at you in Instagram. At least for me, like I'll see something, scroll, think, oh, that's cool. And then it won't stick in my brain like something that I've read in a book or a magazine. And
Mm,
just having it physically in front of you, flipping through the pages, I feel like my brain is able to process the information a lot better than the screen, just like going through because there's an overload of information
right.
versus like reading through Thrasher is just, I don't know, it's more personal, you're just like, it's physically there in front of you versus like pixels on a little box.
Yeah. No, I can't agree
Yeah.
more. Uh, yeah. So I was wondering, I know in this last year we've had, I want to say three covers for girls. It was like Nora and Alyssa Steamer, and just this month, Alexis. Do you have a favorite out of those three? Like the cover, not the person?
I think Nora's was really cool.
That was the front side,
It
like
wasn't,
nose bonk or something, right?
yeah, it was a really interesting spot.
The
And
wooden, yeah.
yeah, and it kind of stood out for me and I think I relate to it more just because I skate more transition than street.
Mm,
And I think street skateboarding is so sick. And but it's sometimes hard for me to like fully wrap my mind around just because I'm like, that's gnarly.
yeah.
But
For,
I think Nora's is like more relatable. Like I understand it a little bit more.
okay. I mean, all three are like super awesome.
Yeah, they're all
Nora's is
three.
great. Alyssa Steamer, most deserved. Like the fact that she had never had a cover till then, like that
Mhm.
was like huge for me as her friend too. But like, duh, Alyssa, like most people say, is the GOAT. She needs to have a cover before her career is over. And then
Right.
shout out to my boy John Coulthard, who shot Alexis's kickflip to 50. I like that photo a lot. Like it just
That's
looks like
yeah,
really like style and aggression, and just like Alexis is a badass. So all three of those covers, much props. No disrespect to any of them. Like
for
they're all
real. Yeah.
deserved and hyped.
Yeah, 100%. All so gnarly.
Yeah. Okay, let's play
Yeah.
this or that. I got a little game that I've been
Okay.
playing. So,
Okay.
pie or ice cream is my first question always.
Ice cream on pie. I just made peach cobbler last night, so I'm like thinking about it still.
Rap or reggae?
I think reggae.
Front side or back side?
Front side.
Airs or lip trick?
Lip trick. No
Uh,
airs. That one's really hard.
Rodney or Day One?
Rodney.
Drake or Kendrick?
Kendrick.
Willie or Waylon?
Waylon. 100%.
Mate or acai?
Mate.
Slob air or slob plant?
Slob plant. I love slob plants.
5-0 or 50-50?
I think a 5-0 looks sicker.
Chinese food or sushi?
Sushi.
Comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Surfing or snowboarding?
Surfing.
And then road trip or airplane?
Road trip.
Texas or Costa Rica?
That one's really hard because like my roots are Texas, but I feel like my heart's in Costa Rica. Costa Rica. If I could go visit a place right now, it'll always be I'd rather go to Costa Rica.
What city?
Dominical.
You know about that skate park? It's like super old, like in the back of a hotel. I think it's in something that starts with a T, the city.
Tamarindo?
Yeah.
Yes. I've been there and I skated there when I was still learning to like push and I couldn't even drop in yet.
Oh,
But
shit. Okay.
a long
Oh,
time ago, I kind of got a late start in skateboarding. I started when I was almost 16.
okay.
So it
Do
was around
you
the time we were moving.
do you mind me asking how old you are now?
I'm 23.
Okay. So 7 years.
Yeah,
Nice.
almost 8 now.
Okay. What's the most scared you've ever been?
Ooh, maybe when I broke my foot at a grind for life in Florida. Really painful, and I didn't know what was going on. I haven't gotten hurt like that skateboarding before.
Was that your first broken bone?
Yes,
Oh,
from
okay.
skateboarding.
What's up with your embroidery steez? I was noticing on your
Oh
Instagram, you got like
yeah.
some embroidery stuff going. What's up with that?
Um, it's just something I like to do for fun for my friends or just for myself. And it's kind of like meditative in a way because each piece, like even if it's like this big, will take hours and you just do the same motion over and over again. It's really soothing, but it's so fun to be able to wear something that you made that only you have and like you have your own special little touch, you know. I have one
Huh.
right here. It's a little star. I just made this one. It
Oh,
says
rad.
stellar. And
Nice.
I made this one for like a little hole in my pants. So it's kind of like upcycling in a way. I'm always like embroidering over thrifted or old clothes and making them feel new. And I don't know, it's really fun.
So you're pretty like in tune with artistic stuff. Do you draw and stuff too?
Yeah, I do. I am into collages, so I like to like cut up little things and make like a little art piece with it. And I like to watercolor. Just lots of little things like that are super fun. Lately, we've been making like we've been buying like the little kid clay and making little animals and little dishes and stuff and baking it in the oven. I don't know, anything that's like creative, I'm all about it.
Rad. Do you mess around
Yeah.
with stickers and cut them up and like make collages like that, and like make them say things or put different colors over? We used to do that with like Thrasher stickers would have like 8 different versions. We cut them up and piece them together so it was like a different color gradient and stuff.
Oh, cool. I do
Yeah.
that on my board sometimes with my stickers, or like
Uh-huh.
my sponsor stickers. I try to like I'll like cut each letter out and then like make the letter like be doing like a weird squiggle or wave
Rad.
or I'll like cut the little speech blurb off one sticker and like put it on another. I don't know, it's fun.
Are you into stickers?
Um, Not like super into stickers. Like I see your
Not like
setup in the
me.
background.
I
But
love them. Like to this day, like if like Crooked came out with a new sticker, I'd be like, I want that. Like I love like they're just so small and easy to collect. I got binders
yeah,
of them. It's just I love them.
yeah. I love stickers too, but my problem is I don't like putting them on things because what if I lose that thing or get rid of them and the sticker's gone? So I just have a box full of stickers and I just like looking at them.
Yeah, what I did during the COVID was I bought binders that are like photo albums and I took
Mm.
all my stickers. This is insane, but we had so much time, right? I put all my stickers in alphabetical order and I took one of each version and then I laid them out in binders. So it's like A to Z, like starting with like audio and the A things and going all the way up to Z with all the companies that I had stickers of. And it just got obsessive. I'm like a weird, like I have
Wow.
addiction, I think, issues where I'm like, now I need coffee every day. Now I need this every day, jumping into this every day. And so when the sticker thing
Yeah.
happened, I was like calling my friends at work at company. I was like, hey, dude, I need some Lakai stickers. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, look at this. I'm sending photos and people are getting hyped. I was like, we got to do an Instagram sticker club where everybody like tries to outdo. Like, I got this sticker. Like, okay, I got this sticker.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Anything like that that you can just like get so excited by is just amazing. I love it.
yeah. I mean, did you have some issues with the pandemic stuff? Like, was there any like tweaks on your mind or things that like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, because I was living in Colorado at the time, working at a coffee shop, and the coffee shop closed down, and I ended up moving back home to Texas for a couple months. And I just I remember just being like what is going on?
Mm.
And just we built a mini ramp and I was just skating the mini ramp all the
Oh,
time.
perfect.
And uh I was baking a lot. Like I learned how to make the best cinnamon rolls.
Oh, I love
I'm gluten
cinnamon
free, so
rolls.
yeah.
Cinnamon's one of my favorite things. Like when my wife goes to get donuts or anything like that, we got this insane cinnamon bread from North, or like Marin, that
Mm.
our friend turned us onto. It's so good. It's crazy good. Like I'm like she'll hit me up and she'll be like, "Hey, my coworker brought that bread. Do you want me to bring it home?" And I'm like, I'll eat it all. Like, I don't know. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, you gotta say yes.
Yeah,
That
for
sounds
sure.
so good. I love baking.
What's your strategy when it comes to like dealing with stress, negative vibes, like when there is like these, the world's kind of crazy. There's a lot of
Right.
issues. We all need to like either have a meditation or our own
Mhm.
time or something like that. I mean, obviously skateboarding's the best, like probably surfing's even better, like just being out there and having like the energy and all that stuff and being alone. But like if you're just at home and you're maybe having a mental issue, anxiety, or just stress or fear or any of that stuff, what are some of your tools that you would use to kind of help overcome?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I journal a lot and I try to just like sit outside and get off my phone. Like I'll delete Instagram off my phone for a couple hours.
Mm,
And I'm a Christian, so I pray a lot. And I feel like that just soothes me and gives me a lot of peace and comfort.
hmm.
And obviously, creating just embroidery just gets my mind off of things and really helps me
That's the one for me too. Like I just
focus.
dive into
Yeah.
like something on the computer with my video camera or something like, yeah, it's really like you said, all of a sudden 4 hours goes by and you're like, I thought it was 15 minutes because you're so like
Yeah.
into this whatever
Yes.
project. Yeah, I agree. So many people reach out to
Yeah.
me and talk about like, a lot of friends have dealt with alcoholism and different things, and all that stuff is really tough and it's all individually based. Like everybody has their own process, and it's always interesting for me to hear like what helps you because this helps me. And
Right.
then there's kind of similarities in some ways, and we can all like kind of grab what we think would work and use it for ourselves. So I don't know. Sometimes I like to just try to throw those things out there so people listening can be like,
For sure.
that's why don't I ever think about that? And then just write it
Yeah.
on a piece of paper and put it on your fucking, mirror or something that reminds you like you got to do this. Like my
Yeah.
wife during the lockdown, we had so many drug homeless people, and it was really getting crazy in this one area, and it was her drive to work. And I was like, why don't you just try driving a different way? And then so she put a post-it in her car that says, drive through the Embarcadero with a heart instead of going up this other way. And all of a sudden, like, 3 days in, she's like, I feel so much better. Like just not seeing all that all the time. Like it's really heavy. Like,
Yeah.
wow. So yeah, those things are cool. I mean, not to get too carried away with it, but I just think like we all need to help each
Yeah.
other.
Oh, 100%. And it's really important to for each person to find what works for them to get them grounded and to get them out of the negative headspaces. And
Absolutely.
yeah, I think it's a great topic to touch up on.
how are you feeling about the Olympics? Like, I'm sure some of your friends are going there. Um,
Yeah.
what are you thinking? Like, are you gonna be tuned in and rooting for anybody? Are you like, how do you feel about the whole process of people? I trip out on how last minute the whole thing is. It feels to me like nobody knows if they're going until like very late in the game. And I think
Right.
that could be taken care of a little better because like I'm going to Paris to compete or am I not going? Like
Right.
I need to
It's
plan
so
my
stressful.
summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did one Olympic qualifier. I got invited out, and it's I have so much respect for the people that do it because it is so taxing on your body and your brain.
Mm,
Just doing the one a year ago, like I can't even imagine the contest before the Olympics that tells you if you're going or not. Like
hmm
3 weeks before the actual Olympics, like that must be an incredible amount of pressure. And I mean, I'm so happy for Ruby Lily. Like she is such an amazing friend of mine.
mm.
And we live like 5 minutes away from each other. So we're
Oh,
always
cool.
have hanging out and cooking dinner and stuff. And like I found out she made it and I just was like tearing up. Like I know these girls and guys put so much on the line.
100%. Man,
Yeah.
Ruby Lily needs a documentary and she's
I
only like
know.
how old is she? She's so young, but like
17.
her life is insane already. Like
I
she was
know.
on the pod. If you haven't listened to the Ruby Lily one, go
I
find it
did.
and listen to it. No, I mean like out there, yeah, because holy smokes, like parents putting her in an RV, traveling around the learning to skate better and then like coming to California and just like going to the Olympics like this, it just like what's next, like a Netflix
Yeah,
special.
listen to that one. That one was really entertaining.
She's rad.
Just you
Yeah.
never know which way it's gonna go.
That's what I was tripping on too. Like, is it smoke and mirrors or do the women mostly get along? Like, is there some rivalries that we don't know about, or is it just like we're all stoked on each other because we're doing the same thing?
I think overall it's that they're all still like you mean in the Olympics or just in
No,
general?
period. Like, like
Yeah.
I think the Olympics, from what I heard, I've talked to different people that were in it the last time, and they were saying, like, I think Bryce was telling me that like when you're at these qualifiers, the people that you were like really friendly with, they're not that friendly with you. Like it's a really intense thing, which other contests, it's like, hey, like blah blah blah, we're all having fun. But in these Olympic ones, she said was much different, where it's like, oh, sorry, didn't mean to say hi, like
Exactly.
yeah. But I wonder,
That
like on the normal levels, is there animosity,
yeah.
like, oh, like she's, and there's like cliques, or is it more of a? Because I know Amelia does great work with exposure,
Oh,
and that seems
seriously.
like such a great way to bring everyone together.
Definitely. And I think her whole her whole group and her whole team just really shines that light on what it really is in skateboarding.
Mm,
I mean, like with with everything, skateboarding or not, there's always going to be like a little competition, a little rivalry. But I think for the most part, like all the girls are really supporting and uplifting to one another. And I don't know much about the Olympic contest because I only did one of them,
mm,
but it was pretty gnarly. No one was talking or hanging out
yeah.
or having, didn't like it seem like anyone was stoked. But
That was a
outside
tough
of
time
that,
too.
yeah, outside of that, I mean, I think everyone's genuinely hyped for one another, and it's really cool to see. I mean, I
Mhm.
know I am. Like, whenever I see a girl do something sick, I'm like, yes, like that was amazing. And I can feel the love coming back from everyone else the same way. It's amazing.
I forget what year it was. It was a combi contest, and I went there. And actually, I'm pretty sure Nora did her first kickflip indie in this
Mhm.
contest that I was filming. And I believe it was like in practice, and the girls were
Yeah.
just cranking like who was it? I think it was, I don't know. There was some like rap dance music. And I
Yeah.
just looked around and I was like, this is so different. Like everybody's just loving, like everybody's run and like high-fiving and just goofing around. Like Poppy's like bouncing around, Nora's like dancing. And I was like, this rules. This is what
Yeah,
skateboarding is. Like, let's
that's
have fun.
skateboarding.
Yeah.
Yes.
So really enjoyed. I was so stoked to be a part of that and see the growth because you've skated for about 7 to 8 years. Like,
Mhm.
what would you say? What have you seen since you started till now? It's like, I mean, like I said, three girl covers in 1 year. That's probably unprecedented. Like there's definitely a growth. Like, what would you say, like, as far as even like just the whole vibe of women skating and transgender and everything like
Right. Well, I will say where I was the only girl that skated in my town in Texas before I moved to Colorado. And then when I moved to Colorado, there was a good amount of girls skating, but not a lot of them were actually, there weren't really any of them that were down to like pad up and really like push themselves on big transition and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, there's some rippers in Colorado, but moving out to California, I was just like, this is so cool. There are so many girls out here just destroying and
hmm,
pushing themselves. And I mean, I've only been out here for almost 3 years, so it's still really new and exciting for me and motivating just to see where women's skateboarding is really at because I'm still like grasping it, it's still so new because the first 5 years of skateboarding, it was just like I was the only girl at the session skating the bowl or whatever. So I remember just like seeing like videos and stuff of like Lizzie and Alicia and being like, I'll never, like, never in my head did I think I'd skate with them or even see them in person. And now we're just like all friends and they're the nicest people and everyone's so supportive of each other. So it's honestly just surreal to like answer your question, just to be blessed with the community we have here because it's not like this in other places, It's still
right.
growing.
Yeah, I think that's what's beautiful about skateboarding. We say it all the time, but when you're a kid, you see people in the mag, you see pro skaters, right? Like you see your Mike Anderson, your Ronnie Sandoval, your Nora, your Lizzie, whoever, and you're like, these are the pinnacle of skateboarding. You can go out and skate with these people. Like it's totally possible. Like you might run into them, you might like be at a skate park and they show up and you skate with them. There's no way you're going to be at a basketball court and Shaquille O'Neal is going to show up or like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like you're at a
Yeah,
baseball diamond and then all of a sudden like Aaron Judge shows up or like you're at a football field and like a pro football player. Like it's not going to happen. And skateboarding, like just the access to it makes it feel so like, I don't know, a dream can happen, which helps like like if I put in the work, maybe I can do it. And then just also to be able to communicate with your peers and these people that you look up to, it's so special. Like there's so much cool stuff about skateboarding. Like we could go
yeah,
on forever, right? But
we could.
that's one of the bigger things that I consistently think about is like I used to look up to this dude and now I'm in the car with him, you know?
Right.
Like
It's insane. So cool.
and I think telling people one of the things that I've been struggling with so much because I've been doing a lot of documentaries for people that have died that have been my friends and stuff.
Hmm.
And I really want people to focus on like giving tribute to people that are still alive. I really think that like this, like
Yeah,
once they're gone, they were my favorite. Like that mentality kills me. Like tell them while you're alive. Like once they're gone, they're not gonna, you know what I mean? It's like,
you're right.
dude, I love you. One of the things that I've come to grips with in grieving is just like that I want people to know if you're like one of my dudes or one of my girls, like I want you to know that like right now. Like I don't want it to be like
Straight up.
you're gone and I'm like, never got to tell you, but I used to love you, man. Like it's like,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah. I
encourage
love
people
that.
to
That's so
do that.
important.
Because
Yeah.
like we did the Peter Hewitt video and we had a party for him. Lance Mountain's down there playing music. I'm like, this is
So
what's
cool.
up. Like Lance Mountain getting the
Yeah.
cover, like celebrating these people that are so
So
important to us. Like, let them know, they're human beings. They might have issues and they might not understand how great they are. And like, we need to let them know.
that's beautiful. So important. And I think really key that a lot of we don't really realize we're doing until you're right, until after they're gone.
Mm.
So that was a really good reminder,
And you never
honestly.
know when they're going to be gone. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Let's end with your Mount Rushmore ladies. Let's think about this. Like, who is going to be up there on the mountain?
Lizzie, of course, Mommy, Tezuka, and Bobby, and I think Marissa Del Santo.
Ooh, yeah.
Her part is insane.
I don't know if anyone's even stepped up to Marissa's part today. Like, maybe
I
they have, but
know.
Marissa's part, like, still is like, woo.
It's a banger. And it's so short,
Uh,
but everything just is like boom, 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 banger,
gnarly.
banger, banger.
Yeah.
And I think my favorite skaters are the ones that push themselves through video parts. And that's what really stands out to me because I love video parts and I try to film too. And all those girls, those four are just like really pushing it and
Mm,
progressing the sport for women, especially through video part. And I really respect that.
big time. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Great. What's the future hold? What are your goals? Like, what are you working on? What are you hoping to achieve?
Yeah. Well, I finished my first video part 3 months ago and for independent, and I think my goal is just to work off of that one and to build a better one and just keep filming in at gnarlier spots and gnarlier tricks and just keep skating and having fun with my friends and seeing what comes.
Damn, you're killing it. I think that's really good. And I think, I don't know, just of observing like your whole demeanor and stuff, it's probably a lot to do with like embroidery and surfing, having that
Mhm.
just like calming effect of like patience, where we're in such an Instagram world that's like quick of the, and then you go surf and you could spend all day and only get one wave. Like that's a real difference in today's
Yeah.
society. So I think holding
Yeah.
on to those things is great. Um,
Thank you. I try.
what last thing is what is one trick that you can't do that you think you could do if you put in the time that you really want to do?
Invert fakie.
Invert fakie. Nicole House, let's get
Yeah.
some
Shout out
tutorials going.
Nicole.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's invert fakie time.
Hey, and Street
Yeah.
Nicole, I love it. I
I
love it
love
because I
it.
met
She
her as just a
goes.
vert skater and now she's like
Yeah.
skating stairs and just ripping. Like she's the best.
Killing
Minnesota.
it. Yeah. Mad respect.
Thank you so much for your time and stuff. It was good catching up and like
Yeah.
having this opportunity. I want to get
Thank
more
you.
girls on here. So if spread the word that the door's always open.
I
I
will.
really want to like
Yeah,
keep my podcast as a platform for everybody. So
for sure.
are you in Vista or
I'm in Oceanside.
Oside? Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, and same thing. If you're up this way, hit me up. It would be great to go
Yeah.
out and like hit Potrero and some stuff or whatever. We got a lot of stuff here now.
I,
So it's
I
pretty good.
hope to be back up there soon and definitely let you know.
All right. Well, take care of yourself and thanks for hanging out for an hour this morning.
Thanks. Yeah, that was super fun. It was great talking with you.
Absolutely. Okay. Tell
Okay.
Mammy I said
Bye.
hi too.
I will. I will for sure.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hell yeah.
And now, a word from our sponsor, Oro Coffee. That's some damn good coffee. Order 1 or 6 bags at orocoffeeroasters.com.
Y'all like music? Because you're listening to SMFM.
Hello, all you beautiful people, and welcome back to another edition of SMFM. Where you're here with me, the guy with 2 thumbs. Alright? brought to you by Talkin Schmit, and brought to you by Oro Coffee. This week we're shifting gears a little bit. We're going to sunny Los Angeles, California to check out the band The Gentle Orchestra and hear their song, Just Money. Enjoy.
Social insecurity, financial instability is affecting me now. Material wealth, I must confess, is something I do not possess. You can check someone else now. Ain't no love in her eyes, just money, money. Ain't no love in her eyes, just money, money. She wants everything. She wants it now. Elemental, feeling dull, and I've been in quite a lull. I'm so angry all the time. Everything she sees, she wants. Every word she says just taunts. And my credit cards are maxed out now. Ain't no love in her eyes, just money, money. Ain't no love in her eyes, just money, money. She wants everything. She wants it She wants everything. She wants it
Nice. Those gentle LA vibes, you know what I'm saying? In this SMFM vehicle, we got a lot of gears. And I would like to shift through each and every one of them with you. Thanks for sticking with us every week. Again, that was the Gentle Orchestra from Los Angeles, California. The song was Just Money. And you can find them on Instagram at The Gentle Orchestra. Give them a follow, see what they're up to. Oddly enough, in a skateboard connection, the band leader is Spidey Demontrand. You might have heard of him, you might not have. If you want to know more about this gentleman, check out WCRP on Skateboarding, episode 42. It's a fine podcast. Shout out. I'm going to see you, hear you. Wait a minute, wait. You're going to see me, hear me next time. But I would love to hear from you. Send me a message. You want your band featured? You want your friend's band featured? You don't have to skate. You know, if you found me, if you're down with Talkin Schmit, I want to support you. I want to play your music. Doesn't have to be punk, doesn't have to be metal. It's whatever. You from Brazil? Send me some traditional Brazilian stuff, all right? We are open here at SMFM. And it all rules. Until next time, deuces.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Talkin Schmit. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts. When you subscribe, you'll get notifications every Tuesday of new episodes the minute they become available. Also, please leave reviews and a 5-star rating. It's the best way to help the show grow. All of the episodes will always remain free, but if you would like to help support the show, you can do so at TalkinSchmit.com, where you can pick up some merchandise like t-shirts, beanies, hats, and stickers. The website has an entire archive of all of the episodes, with extra photos and videos. Email us with any suggestions, comments, or ways that the show may have improved your life at TalkinSchmit@gmail.com. All interviews are conducted, edited, and produced by Schmitty. The intro music is Mary's Cross by the band Nature. A very special shout out goes to the executive director, Sharal Camisa.
Shout out.
Love it!
This is Talking Schmit, where the Rolodex is deep, but the conversation is deeper.
Keep the wheels greased.